want to have a conversation. And this morning it's going to be interesting. There's a young lady here on the set with me, and she is, should I say, lifting the lid, breaking the barriers. I don't know how her parents would describe it, but we're going to be talking to her as well as her dad. Her dad is here with us, and let's get right into it. Now, we've been joined by Sara Kittoe, who is 10 years old. She's an author. Believe it or not, yes, she's an author, and her dad is here, Albert Kittoe. Good morning, Albert and Sara.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing?
Very well.
You seem very subdued.
It's normal.
It's normal?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Now, let me just ask you before I talk to Sara. When was the first time you noticed that there was something special going on with Sara?
The first time I actually noticed something special going on with Sara, it was a very young age, but it wasn't the writing.
It wasn't the writing?
It wasn't
what was
writing. It was more of art. Because she, at the age of about 5, she could actually design her own clothing and actually
wait, she was drawing her own outfit.
She would draw her own outfits and get a mannequin sort of thing, get some clothing and put them together.
And start.
So she would get scissors, get old socks, cut it, and make something. So I knew she was creative from that.
At the age of 5.
With my dollies as well.
Yes.
Sara, how are you, by the way?
I'm doing well.
You're good, yeah?
Yeah.
At what point did you, I don't know if you remember, but I'm sure as far as you can remember, you've always enjoyed drawing, reading, writing, all of that. At what point did you decide that you're gonna write books?
So, when I was in year 2, my teachers noticed a very good writing talent in me. So, during the lockdown, when COVID came, I read, but I didn't really see lots of people like me. So I put my skills into work, and then I ended up writing books.
Okay. So you wrote these 3 books during COVID?
Yes. When I was 7 years old.
How much pressure does that put on you, Albert, when you see your kid doing this?
The fact of the matter is, it doesn't put pressure on me because I didn't even know she was doing it.
Yeah. Oh.
It only came to my attention one morning when I was actually one Saturday morning when they brought it to my attention that I should read. And when I read it, I asked, "Why have you not showed it to me all this while?" She's like, "I was planning because I know you always plan, and if I come to you without the right answers, so it came to me as." Okay, I didn't know that about you, to be frank with you. So.
Okay. Now you know they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So is this daddy or is this mommy? What we're seeing here, is this daddy or is this mommy? Or it's a combination?
It's a combination.
It's a combination. That's a very good political answer.
And actually, it is because I think my wife's dad used to write.
Okay.
And my granddad used to write.
So it's actually in the family.
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. I love it. Okay, so we have Lindsay and the Blue Fox. Tell us about this one.
So Lindsay and the Blue Fox is about a young girl and her twin brother who find a young blue fox
But foxes are not blue, so...
Well, at first I thought, well, so because I come from a place that there's lots of foxes around, I thought I could just put that into my book because like you wouldn't really see blue foxes. It's mainly red, yellow, white. But I found out that you know Arctic foxes, at certain points they do turn blue.
Yes, they do change color. Actually, that's very, very true. They change color. That's true.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Then we have here the Friendship Club and Other Stories. What went into this book?
So
What's this one about?
this book is mainly about my life experiences,
Okay.
like through family, through friends, and through bravery. Because the first story is about how a shy girl, at first she's very lonely because she doesn't have any friends, because she's not bold enough to actually speak, to say, oh, can you be my friend? Like when I was young, I didn't have.
You experienced that as well?
Yeah, because I was very shy, so I barely had any friends because I didn't have the boldness to actually speak. But when and then she meets some friends, and then they help her build her courage and her confidence, because once she got a question wrong, she would usually cry, and all the students would start laughing at her. But then one day when she got a question wrong, she became bold and brave, and then she answered it right, so she got nominated class captain. The second book is about how a young princess, she loves football, because I do like sports.
Okay.
But since she's a princess, you wouldn't really find princesses playing sports like football, volleyball, and all like that. So she didn't have the boldness to speak to her parents, oh, can I play football instead of doing music? Because at the time she was playing music, like her mum. But one day when she went out for a match with her cousin, Max, she played against him, and then her parents realized, wow, she's actually really good. Yes, and then they saw how good she was, and then they realized how she might be a really good player in the future if they actually allow her to play.
How many more books do you have in store for her?
So far, so Lindsay and the Blue Fox, if I just show you here,
Go ahead.
it says book 1.
Yeah.
So since it's a book 1, that means a second book's coming out, which I'm working on right now.
Okay.
So that's one of them. The second one is the praying hand, about how your relationship with God.
Okay.
And then the third one.
It's called what? The Praying Hand.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
And then the third one is Amma and the Lost Key.
Amma and the Lost Key.
Amma.
Wow.
Because that's my sister's name.
Okay.
And then then her friends are gonna be called Abner and Efwa.
Okay. I like it.
Because I'm a Efwa and then my
You're
sister's
F1.
Amma.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So
I don't know. I mean, Albert, where are you mentally with all of this? You know, she's begun. I mean, by the time people go through their lives, if they're lucky, they write one book. You know, she's already got 3 out. She's got a coloring book here, and she has a number already in her mind she's writing. You know, by the time she's 15, I don't know, she could easily have done 10, 20 books. You know, by the time I don't even want to project where this is going. But how do you feel?
I think I feel comfortable with it because one thing I've always said, which my parents always told me, what you say to your children actually manifests.
Yeah.
And when she was very young, I remember telling her, you know, you're not going to school just to be part of the numbers.
Yeah.
But at the age of 15, you should be able to be innovative enough to come up with something. And the day she showed me that I was talking to her when we did it, she's like, Daddy, you know, I'm actually doing something where it's going to be my own business and stuff like that. And I've seen her and I've seen the younger sister. Yeah. I think it's allowing them to live their dream and being able to support them in the right way rather than putting your unfulfilled dreams on them. So when you give them that room, they are able to be creative, explore, and come up. Because it's not every child that will write. Some children may actually be good at sweeping, but it can be a business. So look at what your child is good at. And to me, I think I'm happy because she's doing what she loves.
Absolutely.
And it could actually change in the future.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
I'm always there to support her as much as I can.
It's early days, but but this is exciting. Now, I also know that you're giving proceeds from your books to charity.
Yes.
Tell me about that and why.
So, when I was, let's see, how old I was? 7, around 7, like before the year before COVID, 2019. It was Christmas, and then so instead of opening our gifts on Christmas Day, we opened them on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So on Christmas Day, instead of celebrating with your family and like opening gifts, and for me, I actually gave gifts to the homeless and the vulnerable.
Okay.
So we went out to around little, like the shops, and then everywhere around there, and then we gave out some packs. There was sandwiches, socks, and some other toiletries and necessities.
So you have put the packages together and just handed them out to.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and then also one of the saddest thing about that day was that when we went to the homeless shelter, they said that no kids were allowed, and obviously I was a child, so I wasn't able to go there and give it to the homeless. I was very excited, but then they told me that, so my mood sort of went down. But then they said that you can just leave these packs here, and then we will give them to them personally.
Yeah.
And then that really helped me joy up a little.
Well, I mean, it looks like lots of big dreams ahead of you. So many things that you're doing. I think this is fantastic. You're writing books at the age of 10. My first book is yet to come out. I'm struggling with it. Yeah. But yes, this is brilliant. And then I like the fact that you're not even just doing the writing, but you're thinking way beyond your own family, who are probably comfortable and everything is going on well with you, but people who don't have, you're thinking, how can I take care of them? How can I help them? I think it's brilliant. And I think you've done an amazing job yourself and your mom. It's fantastic. I think that this is like a shining light, for all of us to see. Are your books going to be in Ghana?
Yes, we actually working on partnering a distributor in Ghana, but it's already online. And one thing that she actually never said is the charity that, even though she's giving in charity in UK, since we came, we went to my alma mater, the primary school I went to. She went to St. Paul's Methodist Primary in Tema. Okay. So we went there to donate some books. And when she got there, when she saw the library, she's like, this library is not fit for purpose. So she's going back, and she's going to raise money to come and renovate the library and partner other authors to get the appropriate books in the library, because obviously in our home we have our own library, and in her school she sees what she sees, and she's come to donate to a library, and not the books that were there literally is like,
it's just learning.
It's not fit for purpose, basically. So she decided that she was going to. So she actually took a video, because she does philanthropic work where she actually raised money for other charities. Other charities. So she started saying she's going to do video.
Even recently.
You know what, Sarah? Before you leave us, can you read a line or two from any of the books? You choose one.
Okay.
Choose one. Read a couple of lines from.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, but this is brilliant. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, charity work, home and abroad. I mean, writing. Oh, yes, go ahead. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
One day, while at school, the teacher picked Emily to answer a phonics question. Emily did not know the answer to the question. The other children started laughing at her. But Emily was strong. She did not allow the other children to make her cry. She was resilient and tried again. Her friends and other nice children were amazed by her courage, they decided to nominate her as class captain.
Fantastic. Yeah. That line alone tells you the mindset that Sarah has. Don't give up. Try again, as Emily did in the story. Albert, thank you very much for sharing
You're welcome.
with us. Sarah, thank you. And keep writing. I want to see how many books you're going to do by the end of the year. And by the time you're 15, how many more things you're going to add to the writing and the charity work and all of that that you're already doing.
I still do designing, you know.
And you're doing designing as well. You're still doing designing.
She did the illustration in all the books. Every artwork you saw.
Guys, have you seen this? Take a look at this.
She did the illustration herself.
She drew these.
Yeah, no.
This is amazing. And all of and see, maybe you didn't see the coloring book, but all of this is the book that she's done.
Yeah, also
And
at
then,
the back.
and then you can see inside it's a coloring book.
Oh,
with
also
all
at the
of this.
back. At the back.
Yeah, at the back.
No,
the
at the
last few
actual
pages.
back.
At the very back page.
She
There's-
encourages children to write their own stories.
Okay, so when you get to the end of the book, you can actually write your own story in here as well. Wow. Yeah. When you were 10, what were you doing? That's the question to ask. When you were 10, what were you doing? Yeah. Albert, thank you very much once again.
You're welcome.
And Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll be speaking with Albert and Sara Kittoe, father and daughter. And Sarah, of course, is a child prodigy by any stretch of imagination, writing books already at the age of 10.